Alright, I'm going to react to this fight between me and MoonSault Slayer. Let's just get into it. Yoshi main. So he's very tricky. And I think whoever you use, you kind of identify with. If it's your main, I suppose. I mean, who knows? But I know that I like Fang for many reasons. Already off the bat, neither of us attacked each other. So massive footsie games, zoning. The one thing he does really well, and I'll highlight it as I go through this, is he ducks all the grabs. And I've fought thousands of Tekken matches. His ratio of ducking grabs is in like the top 2% I've ever seen. He even ducks grabs when, you know, there's lag in the room. It's kind of absurd. So just in that fact alone, I have a very different match with him than I would 90% of the cast.
Whitestarr, this Fang is dangerous. Whitestar's Fang is dangerous, so that's why I'm playing like super defensive already off the bat.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, respect is there's a lot of respect in Tekken. The ones who cannot play are the ones that talk the most, and the ones who are great most of the time will tell you that they're not very good, which I do as well. The funny part is he isn't talking, and he expresses himself quite a bit. It's actually pretty amazing. If you haven't watched his channel or his content, he is awesome at Tekken lore. Really good.
Flash.
And there it is. There it is. The Flash. He has taught me more than anyone else. The other Yoshi I fought, he didn't use the Flash. I really like Fang because he's got a parry. He's got a reversal. So I can kind of control a lot of people's limbs and stuff like that. The Flash itself stops Fang from being overly punishingly aggressive. And he doesn't really get to see that Fang. If he would use a different character, he would see how quickly I can take frames and stay plus and play all these games. But with this particular move, with this Flash move, it single-handedly takes out a giant amount of my pressure. And then we have to get into this other game where, like, I can punch him, I know he can deflect, and Yoshi just having that move alone is a giant thing. And if he doesn't have it in Tekken 8, it's going to be a massive difference.
There we go.
Nice win. Nice comeback.
I feel like I got this one. But you never want to get too confident against Whitestar's Fang. You see that 4-win streak? They didn't get that by being nice.
See it? Look at this. There. I want you to see that. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
So I do this really corny combo here, and I like to throw this out because I like the person I'm fighting to think I'm not as good as I am sometimes, but he knows me, so he knows I'm capable. But if you're in rank matches, it's interesting to show people they think you're not as good, but your rank will show that. But it's a good tactic, right? Kind of look sloppy sometimes, and then people will think differently.
Strange combo, but it works.
See?
Wow, strange setup, but
Yep.
it works.
Yep. Sometimes you gotta look amateur. It's not amateur. It's just not flashy. Like in Tekken 8, it would be so ridiculous what'll happen there. I could elaborate and go really off on a tangent on that one, but yeah, it's more honest, I guess you could say. More old school Tekken.
Yikes.
Nice.
Yikes.
I lead with this move a lot because I'm training them and teaching them that I can kick you low and I can parry a lot of your moves. It's an excellent thing to introduce if you're down around or up around. So it's nice. I'm keeping Yoshimitsu calm, which is a big deal because that dude will lose his mind if you let him move. Down two, baby.
God.
Down two.
Ow. How do I stop this?
Always a good question. How do you stop this? Because while he's questioning this, so am I. And if he's throwing out variables, then I'm also doing this. And this is why high level Tekken is the best, dude, because you are constantly gauging each other and testing each other and figuring each other out. And you get that out of the other person, you know. This is a 2-player game. It's 1-on-1, and it's way different from a lot of games out there.
He doesn't have any kind of movement.
See,
Predict-
that's an okie doke.
I see now one coming.
Everybody does.
Come on.
I do that jumping
No!
a lot.
He was going to rage drive shoulder me and take my soul.
It's so funny that he knew that, because that's exactly what I was going to do. That's exactly what was going to happen. And when Fang's shoulder hits, you fly 50 feet. It's like you get shot. And then I usually just stand there, because it's such a statement when, like, you send somebody 50 yards and then you just stand there. This will also go into the other critiques that I was hearing, or, you know, just comments. I love comments. They don't bother me, about how I don't move that much. And it was interesting, now that I'm making these videos and I'm listening to that. He talks about someone who is named Ultimate Devil. I don't have the paper in front of me right now, but I'll throw up a picture. But it's an interesting comparison, so I'm learning about things too, which is great.
How did the flash not hit right there? Are you serious? What?
That was plus. Okay, so we're 2-2. He wins this fight.
I gotta just bait them. I just gotta bait them into a swinging.
I wish I could hear more people's commentary when I fall.
Flash.
I didn't follow up. I didn't think it would hit. He's about to get me with some Yoshi-ness. Yep, there it was. Yeah, who knew? Yep, and then watch this.
There we go.
I laid there
that was too intense.
I laid there for a millisecond, and he was like, he's gonna lay there. So yeah, it happens. Good match though. He's a great fighter. Yoshimitsu is a wild thing, and I cannot imagine what they're gonna do to him in Tekken 8. They could either make him really like slick and cool, or they could just make him bizarre, because he's already bizarre.
Too intense.
Which is just crazy.
I barely won that. GG's. Insane. Hey, Whitestarr, how long have you been playing Tekken again?
This is a great question, right? This is a great question. And the true answer is since Tekken 1. I played it in the arcade. I saw the cabinet. And man, I could do a whole video just about that. But when I saw Law running up a man, and like he flies up in the air and he slams down on the dude, I was like, this is the coolest game I've ever seen. And plus, you know, then there was a lot of like martial arts movies, and like I love Jean-Claude Van Damme, so like to be able to do something like that is just awesome. Anyway, I digress, but good thought.
Says he doesn't have any movement. It's kind of odd. Whitestarr, how long have you been playing? I don't think they've been playing for that long. That's probably why. I can't.
This is so funny to me. I honestly never really thought about this. And no, I don't juke and jive a lot. I move a lot. But if you're like 50 feet away from me, what am I going to sit there and do all the nonsense missteps and like the, you know, all the electric god fist kind of things? I could, but why? I like my Fang to be perceived as an iron wall. And like he is just, I play him to the way he should be, which is just a big, strong dude. And if you didn't know, Fang is based off of Bolo Yeung. Bolo Yeung is in a lot of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. He was in Bruce Lee movies. He's Chinese, and he's jacked. And like he was like jacked before it was cool. And like if you see him, which I'll show a picture of, he is Fang. And I always liked him as a kid, and then I found out years later that he's the guy. You know, I used to be a Jin main, and I also used Paul. I used Paul back in Tekken 2. I used Paul a lot, and my brother would use Heihachi, and those were some great matches. And Jin was my guy too. I love and respect King so very much. He's one of my favorites.
Remember, I might be mixing them up with someone else, but I think they said they're, I don't want to say fairly new, but somewhat.
I'm new, that's right. 25 years.
You're playing out of, yeah, I had to go try hard right there. You notice how I wasn't saying anything? I had to go.
When other Tekken players give respect like this or compliments, I really enjoy it, and I try my best to also give a lot of positive comments. You know, I try not to get aggravated when I play. Obviously, Tekken 5, I was a little different, but I have matured as a fighting game fan.
Well, extremely try hard to clutch that one.
I appreciate it though, because I put thousands of hours into that character, as I think most people who are great with their characters. These are our instruments, and we play them and interpret them the way we choose. Tekken is very similar to playing pool, throwing darts, soccer. It's a discipline. It's an art, you know.
Yoshi's tricky. I only knew one person who played beside you, but I'm learning.
See, that's my comment to him. And I did play this guy on Xbox. He's a really cool dude. We fought for a while, and you know, we would like message each other. I knew him a little bit better. He's probably still on there. A lot of people on my Xbox are still playing Tekken, and like that was 3 years ago, and they're still out there getting their character as good as can be. It's so awesome. I respect it so very much. But Yoshi was a Yoshi player, the other guy I knew, and Moon's different though. He's a fascinating creature. In the best way. I think you would enjoy hearing that too.
Yeah, you're learning, definitely. It's a very specific matchup too. Yoshimitsu isn't something that like yeah, we're definitely not hating. That's the thing. We don't see usually.
This is so funny to me that this came out in this video, that it is an honest feedback that I find so amusing. That I don't move that much, but I know what they mean. I don't sidestep a lot. I'm not, you know, sitting there doing that craziness like you see with the Kazuya when he's just ducking in like that. I've tried to use the Mishimas, and I'm not bad. I can do the electric fist, but for some reason, when I have a real match and it's either like online, forget ranked, it won't come out. And to me, it's more of a mental thing. Like, I'm kind of in a way like, you can't do the electric god fist when you need it, and then I can't. But I can. And it's that move in itself is an incredible thing. The psychology of just the electric god fist is awesome. I think if Moon made a video about that, I'd watch it for sure. If I made one, I think it'd be cool. It'd be more dramatic. But when he makes it, it's more like casual and informative and like a thought experiment. That's interesting. It's a good, interesting thought. All right, that was some of my reaction and commentary to me and Moon fighting. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm out.